Hello everyone, Interact back again with Dead Cells. I'm starting on this screen because as you can see the Foundry update is actually live now. You know, not like it was when I said it was previously, and that was actually only on the alpha branch. Oh well. Let's hop right into it. Still got some stuff to unlock. So they added new things. Where's my menu? There we go. So the menu is different now. You have these things called Mutations. I actually don't really know how those work. You've got run info, all your upgrades and stuff. And then for some reason, I don't like the new menu. I said it in the daily, but I don't like the new menu. So we do have two of our new weapons here. That we just unlocked recently, I believe. I don't really... Wait, what does this do? Marked enemy. If they die, the mark spreads. Oh, okay. Nifty. It doesn't seem to spread to things that are on different levels of existence, though. Hold on. Because it should have spread to that guy, but it didn't? I don't really understand. Apologies for the dog, as always. Alright, and so, with the way mutations work, I think you need boss... Do you need the boss cells now, or do you just get those later? I believe boss cells are out as well. So I'm gonna try and probably just do a run to incomplete one, and then get his boss cell, and then probably do another run to Watcher. I mean, if I could make it all the way to the Assassin, that would be swell, but I don't know if that'll actually happen, if we're being entirely honest here. Oh wait, there's another new item, Crusher. So let's grab this up. I would really like to... Okay, so it spreads... The circle seems misleading. It spreads to things that are within the actual, like, line of sight, the same area. So Crusher is interesting, because it takes a while to go off. I think I demonstrated it when I got it. But it's apparently extremely powerful. It scales with brutality, which is always nice. I like skills that don't just scale with, you know, tactics. And I don't know if this is the update that makes the way that scrolls work fundamentally different as well, where you're not really supposed to be stacking the same type of scroll. You're more incentivized to kind of branch out. So I probably won't be stacking, like, nothing but brutality or survival or whatever. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna pass on the first floor shop. Alright, so let's check. Yes, okay. So basically the way that it works is, I think, yeah, so they changed it so you get like plus 15% damage for everything and plus 50% HP on your first scroll. So if I'm going to take Brutality, which I'm going to do, I get plus 50% damage just baseline off that, because that's my first time picking it up. Now, if I was to pick it up again, which I probably will, I believe it goes down by... It's some certain number that I'm not entirely certain of every time you pick the same ability. So let's see. So it goes down to 30% HP. So that's a pretty drastic drop right now. So if I want my HP to go up, probably want to take Tactics. They got rid of the increase in speed and whatnot. Like Brutality used to give you extra damage and a speed boost every time you killed an enemy, stacking up to a certain point. This used to give you cooldown reduction. This used to give you, well, like extra damage on shields or something. That's what the mutations have replaced now. And I'm not actually sure how you get mutations, if we're being entirely honest. Crusher and Magnetic Grenade seems good. But the mutations basically supplement those bonuses and let you customize more in-depth what you want to do with your, So let's watch Crusher. Yeah, there you go. Crusher doing its work. Ooh, there's a secret. So it lets you customize a little bit more heavily how your run is. So run should vary slightly more based on what mutations you take. I don't know, a lot of secrets here. Let's see what this gives us. Hopefully something good. Fighter Swarm. I kind of like the Magnetic Grenade Crusher combo, so I'm gonna stick with it for now. And hopefully we can also unlock a few new blueprints. I did kind of get a list of them. I'm gonna mostly focus on the hidden ones as opposed to the ones that are just from mobs. Alright, so we have you. Okay, so you get mutations after everything, apparently. Oh, and they've changed this is quite nice. Hello. What was I putting points into? Probably the ice crossbow? So the change to this menu I think is quite nice. Because it kind of puts them into their little categories. It even seems to change based on how many of each stat you have. Like this shows that it scales with survival, but I don't have survival, so it's changed. Which is also a pretty cool thing. And you can still view all, obviously. I think that's good. Okay, so, yes. I'm gonna talk to you. What do you have to say? Really happy you found this stinking pile of corpses. Oh, it's all the dead old me's. Nifty. Alright, so here's the mutations. You can reset, apparently, or you can take a few of these. So, saves you once if you made premature end, 2 times ammunition on ranged weapons, plus 2 HP when you kill an enemy. Minus 37% cooldown reduction. Now, these don't scale, I don't believe. I think these stay consistent throughout the entire game. Oh, man. And I think they're randomized. They're definitely randomized because it's a roguelite. But I think that, like, if I was to pick this and this wouldn't show up in every other run, but I'm not entirely certain. 37% cooldown reduction is quite nice. These do have pretty high cooldown times, but honestly, for going like really deep into the game, I think I want plus 2 HP, or maybe I want the premature end. I like that they got rid of the heart being a neck slot. I'm gonna take 2 HP whenever you reach the maximum number of mutations. So I think it's based on how many you have per, like how many floors you've gone through. Is how many mutations you get. So we've been through 1 floor, so we get 1 mutation. And then they show up in the bottom left-hand corner over there. So you know what they are. Or which ones you've picked, I guess would probably be a better way of putting that. So I like this. It does feel a lot more roguelite, Isaac-style randomness than like an RPG. What? That's new. Okay, so this is a new puzzle, I believe. And I think I remember the solution. I think I've seen the solution to this. But I'll have to double check. I definitely want to upgrade that. Here. There we go. There's the solution. You beat up plants. You have to drop on them 3 times. You have to drop on them 3 times each. And I think I need... Yeah. So I need 2 more. So I'm gotta keep my eye out for the plants that kind of blend into the background there. And not take stupid damage from spikes like I just did. That one I did see on the subreddit, so that one kind of got spoiled for me. Which is fine, I'm not worried about it. I do like going into these things with kind of a fresh pair of eyes, but it doesn't really bother me if I have something spoiled. Like the secret in the fog fjord, I probably would have never figured out by myself. And the secret in the clock tower, I sort of picked up on it the first time that I was there, but it would have taken me a lot of times to get this actual solution. And I don't know how many times I would have actually gotten to the clock tower with a decent enough build to be able to do what you have to do. If we get there, I'll try and unlock it in this run, obviously. Ooh, cake. Okay, save that for later. But I like that, I mean, this is why both like and dislike not roguelites in general, early access games in general, is you kind of can watch the game evolve. And especially with Dead Cells in general, the developer takes a lot of community suggestions. If you read the patch notes, you'll see that a lot of things are... Yeah, I can't get in that. I think I need all the boss cells to get in that. That's what the circles are for. The developer pays attention to the community a lot and will read a lot of forums, feedback, etc. And will incorporate things that the community has suggested into the game. Like Meat Grinder apparently scales with brutality now. I don't know if that's a community suggestion. I just pointed that out because it was interesting. I will re-roll. I don't really know what I'm looking for. So this has been named Quickfire Turret instead of Horizontal Turret, I guess. I might want that. Although a damage reduction taken from a fire grenade is pretty nice. That would help us tank up a little bit. I think I'm going to take the turret for now over the magnetic grenade. I think Crusher still has some usefulness. But as I was saying, with early access games that actually like survive and have a passionate community and team behind them, like this game seems to. Oh, so your mutations upgrade whenever you take extra points. I see. Okay. The damage stays consistent. It's always 15% damage. If I had known that the mutations got upgraded, I may have stuck to a different one. I'm gonna pick it up for now. I'm gonna keep things kind of diverse. These things have a new model. Interesting. It's nice to have a game that you can kind of... With Dead Cells, like, you feel your input being taken into account because there are so many community suggested things that happen in the game. And I think that's a good look for the developer. It's one of the reasons that I like this game so much, besides the fact that it's a really well-made game. I think that this is probably going to set a new gold standard for early access games, if it hasn't already. Because it really is like just... It doesn't feel like a cash grab. It feels like people who are making a game that they want to make and have a lot of passion behind it. A lot of early access games feel like they're just like, oh, well, how can we make money and then kind of get out before we actually have to do any work. And I believe that the Foundry update also brings with it my long-awaited increased health pools for turrets. My stuff is too good for you, Scram. Dog. What are you talking about? I guess I should go for shields because I've got a lot of points in, or I've got the survival mutation at least. Enemies burn when they die. Do I have anything that requires fire? I don't. I think I'm just gonna take the spiked shield because it does more damage when it parries. And I don't really ever hold shields up unless it's a frontline shield with like a really good affix. So we got a little secret here. Oh, there's another gardener's key. Okay, so it's more than just the flower, I guess. Apparently there's also other ways to get it. I actually kind of forgot about the flower and have not really been paying attention, which is probably not a good thing. The other one might be in like a wall secret or a floor secret. I think I've only ever seen like one floor secret in my entire time playing this. They seem very rare. And it was only in like the graveyard, I think, so it's... This I think I would need 2 boss cells to get into. I think they just have extra scrolls and things in them, but I'm not entirely certain, as I have no boss cells at the moment. This is an interesting little area. Leads to a treasure chest, okay. Nutcracker. Ugh. Blech. Oh, the Nutcracker scales with survival now, okay. That's pretty good, because I think it's actually like... Well... I was gonna say it might be... It's decently fast. I probably should have kept that instead of recycling it. It's decently fast compared to the other survival weapons, but it's not, so... Whoops. And I have no way to proc this, this sword anymore because the brutality giving you speed baseline is gone. Oops. What am I doing? I had a improper series of inputs there. So let's keep an eye out for where this last flower may be. Or this last flower key. Oh, right. You don't actually throw it in like a direct arc. Did that guy respawn? Where did you come from? Interesting. Let's go down and see what we've got. Spikes in the water. Nifty. I'll recycle that. I feel like this is one of the few early access games that I've actually like... Oh, there we go. So I guess it just requires a bunch of different keys, or different runes and abilities that you've picked up throughout the game. So let's go pick up whatever this item is that I don't know. It feels probably like the best early access game I've ever bought early, which has been slowly declining based on the way that early access games have been going recently, but explosive crossbow. Interesting. But I have had my fair share of early access games. I think the most notable one that I remember being good before this one was probably like Dota 2. But that's made by Valve, so it was really more of a beta than an early access game, I think. In the sense that you knew it wasn't going to be an abandoned project. Whereas a lot of games like Daisy and stuff, I did get Daisy early and I regret it because that game is... I don't even know if they're updating that game anymore. That game really feels like they did just like grab the money and be like, eh, okay, whatever, we're done. Sorry, Daisy fanboys. And then there are games like Star Citizen where I'm like, how much money have you spent on this game? And you don't even have a game yet? Also, don't they have like some weird thing where you have to like... You like pay money and you get put in like a lottery to possibly be able to play the game? Or something like that? I don't know. Fires explosive bolts to deal area damage. A direct hit on an enemy inflicts a critical blow. Oh, I guess because it's explosive you can do indirect hits. I'm gonna keep working on getting this because I already have it. One mutation available. Alright, what do we got? Oh. Apparently these are the same mutations. I thought they changed. So maybe I spend gold and it... Does it reset the ones that I currently have? Or what? I'm gonna try it. Okay, so it resets the ones that I've currently picked, but it seems to be the same. So let's go with extra HP. So I guess that you only get a certain set of mutations? That's interesting. I don't really understand that. And I guess I'll go with cooldown reduction. I don't know if I need the damage on enemies. I might, though. But if I'm going through the game using Quickfire Turret and Crusher, I might want the cooldown reduction. What have they been reduced to? So it's almost 50%. So we can see mutations in the bottom right over here. And they scale with your scroll pickups, so... I thought that you would get a random selection every time. I guess that's not the case, though. Which is odd. And it seems you can only get the extra life in the very beginning? I'm sorry, when did you start being here? I don't remember you being in this area before. Although it has been a while since I've been here. I wonder if they rescaled this area. I really need a different weapon because this is like not doing damage right now. It does actually, oh, there's a shop right there. Question is, how quickly can I get to it? Thank you, Crusher. So you see, normally that thing would have been dead because in the previous update it had like actually no HP. But thankfully it has HP now. I pulled an undead? What? How? Where? What? Excuse me? Where did I pull an undead? Where did I pull an undead archer elite? In here with the vapey boy? Also, apparently there's a present that I'm not supposed to open here. I've heard about the present. The horror stories of the present. People not quite understanding what it was and falling victim to the present. Although apparently if you manage to beat it, you get quite the reward. So maybe I'll give it an attempt one of these days. I really need a new weapon. Please. How did I pull an undead archer that was all the way up there? I'm slightly confused at the moment. I'm mostly avoiding him because of the invisible guys up there. Electric whip. Oh, the whip scales with tactics now as well. I guess they rescaled a lot of the things. As much as I really don't want to, actually it does like less damage, I think, than the swift sword, which is really weird. I guess I'll just get rid of it. I guess because it's ranged. I would really, 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 really like to be done with this. That's for sure. I guess the turret doesn't shoot only horizontally anymore, hence the name change from horizontal turret. Alright, yes, please. Why do you keep saying that whatever, dude. Keep saying like you're too good for me or some nonsense. I want to re-roll these. Bloodsword's pretty good. Do I have anything that requires bleeding? I don't have anything that requires much of anything, so... I might want to look for a survival weapon? Maybe? I don't know, I'll give it a reroll. Okay, there's my war spear, and here's my curse sword, eh? There's an achievement for beating the game with curse sword. Yeah, which is not an achievement I'll be going for anytime soon. Because I don't think I'm very good at this game. Well, I'm not good enough for that, at least. Not good enough to play the game and never get hit. Well, there's the exit. What? That can't be right. Surely there has to be more to this floor than that. Ah, there's a little secret over here. I see. The map kind of tipped me off to that secret. Thank you, map. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage here. So these things don't count anymore for curses or affixes such as my mutation. Not affixes, mutations. They don't count anymore. They're considered trash mobs now. And as trash mobs, they no longer count for things like that. Otherwise, I could have farmed myself into full HP right there. Which is exactly the reason that they don't count anymore. Got a boy of the vapors here. Come on, get out of here. A lot of gold. I'm looking for scrolls, honestly. I feel like I haven't gotten a single scroll this entire floor. Oh, okay. Crusher puts in work, man. Ooh, a turkey. It's quite good. It's possible I wanted to save that. Yeah, have fun with the Crusher, buddy. Looks like Crusher also stuns, which is good. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to... Did that guy just say YOLO? Please, please don't. Please don't do this. I probably want traps and turrets. What is this? Ligament Slicer. Fires saws at nearby enemies. I've never seen it, so let's pick it up, I guess? Or do I want to take heavy turret? I want to take both, honestly. It's kind of looking like I'm going to be going survival heavy-ish. I'm going to pick this up just because I've never seen it. I'll take it over Crusher 1. And then heavy turret, I think, is just strictly better than quickfire. Excuse me. Better than quickfire turret, except it doesn't pierce. But you do get more damage the closer you are, so... We'll pick that up. It's a challenger. So let's... I think it's just a horizontal turret that shoots saws. Oh wow, it shoots like in a rapid succession as well. Interesting. Okay, that's a cool new item. Not entirely certain if it's new or if I just haven't seen it. There's another door that you can't open until you have the boss cells. Poisons the victim. Ooh. Do I have any poison synergies? I do not. Ceiling turret's pretty good though, because it can't really get hit, is the thing. I feel like ceiling turret might be strictly better than ligament slicer, just because I mean, poison and bleed both stack, so they're effectively the same. Is that really the whole floor? Okay. They're effectively the same, but ceiling turret can't be hit, so it can't be killed by ground enemies. So it's going to be easier for cheesing my way through things, I think. This episode might be slightly longer than the others just because I'm kind of exploring new things. I don't actually even know where the Foundry is. Or if you have to have everything unlocked to even get there, I'm not sure. So I don't know why I would reset my mutations. I don't really know what that's for. It's kind of weird. You reach the maximum number, so you can only have 3, okay. Maybe there's an item that lets you reroll. I don't honestly know. I'd have to figure that out in the future. Let's continue on to Ossuary. And it feels good to play a game like this. It's getting updated regularly, as well, because the game doesn't get stale very easily. Like, the whole reason I stopped playing before I even started recording for YouTube is because, while I hadn't done everything in the game, like, not even remotely, it felt like I was kind of at a place where I think at that point the incomplete one was like the final boss. Like that was the game. I got it really, really early on. So the incomplete one was the final boss, and it just kind of felt like there wasn't much else to do, even though I'd only put a few hours in it. And obviously that was because it was in a very early state, but you can understand why I kind of was hesitant to keep playing. Like, sure, I could have unlocked more things, probably. And I probably stopped playing slightly before I should have. Slightly prematurely. That ceiling turret has a lot of range. But it made sense at the time that, like, there wasn't really much to do. Why would I keep playing it? And these turrets are going to carry me. Oh, secret. Little cake. Oh, I completely hit that armadillo boy in the back. I think they scaled up how much damage enemies do to compensate for the change in scrolls and mutations and whatnot. So I think the game is slightly more difficult. Possibly. I think it's harder to, like, tank enemies like I used to. And just kind of get hit, but hit them back harder. If that makes any sense. This is a really long hallway. And there's a little secret here. Okay, make sure I don't hit the spike wherever the heck the spike is. Oh, it's also... What are you? Prolonged healing. That's new as well, I guess. I don't know how many new items they added in here. Whoop. So those little slime boys are considered trash mobs, so I can't farm them for HP. Projectiles burn the ground behind them. That's tough to take over the heavy turret, because the heavy turret is going to start scaling with survival when I start putting a lot of points into survival, when I start actually finding out where the heck the scrolls are in this level. So I think I'm going to stick with what I've got. I don't know if that thing's parryable or not. I feel like it isn't. Yeah, this is why I bring turrets along. Ooh. Oh no. So I guess they changed this. You deal 2 times, but you receive 3 times now. That's getting recycled. I like the War Spear better anyways, despite the fact that the broadsword has a lot more verticality, excuse me, to its attack. I'm gonna stick with what I've got. The War Spear has gotten me through some tough times. So, it is my bay. Let's continue moving on. Down these long, extremely long, it's still not done, holy crap, court. Here's the present. So the present, I believe, contains multiple elites at a time. And if you beat said elites, you get the items that are down there. I'm hesitant because I have a pattern. I have this... Once again, I hate the fact that they changed this menu, but I guess it makes sense with mutations. I have this prolonged healing pattern. But when has that ever stopped me from being a complete idiot? Shake it, shake it, shake the present! Give me the loot! Come on, okay, come on. My right bumper has already had enough abuse at the hands of Dark Souls. Okay, yeah, how much more do I have to shake this thing? You've outraged the gods. Oh, yeah, you get cursed. I forgot about the curse aspect of this. Yeah, so I forgot about the curse aspect, which is why that happened. Yeah. Actually, with the War Spear, the War Spear might be the ideal weapon to take those out, but sadly, I screwed up and got hit because those caster guys are really obnoxious. Thank you for watching. If you like this and you like the new update, well, if you like the new update, leave a comment that you like the new update. Don't leave a like on the video, that makes no sense. But whatever, you know the drill. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Thank you for watching. I am enjoying the new update and the new mutations because it gives you a little bit more... I wish they changed every floor, but I guess that might lead to more broken things, but that's fine. I'll leave feedback on the forums or something to that effect. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.